Hi, KVChess channel is working for you, and we continue our review of the tournament in St. Louis. Magnus Carlsen had a winning with Vachier-Lagrave in the third round, and in the fourth round he had a draw with Giri. But in the fifth round, world champion had a winning again with So. Standings after 5 rounds you can see in the screen. In the third round, after knight f3, knight f6, c4, g6, g3, bishop g7, bishop g2, c5, d4, English opening was played. C takes d, knight d4, king castling, knight c3, queen f7, knight d5, queen takes c4, knight takes e7, check, king h8, knight takes c8, because knight e7 don't move back. Rook takes c8, king castling, knight c6, bishop e3, knight g4. It seems that black stays better, but look at the variant after bishop takes b2. Knight c2, bishop takes b2, rook b1, bishop f6, bishop d5, queen and fc pawn are under attack, queen a6, bishop takes f7, knight takes e3, f takes e, opening a file for rook, bishop g7, knight b4, knight takes b4, rook takes b4, and white pieces is more active. Let's go back to the 13th move. Knight c2, knight takes e3, knight takes e3, queen e6, knight d5. Knight is very strong in the center. Bishop takes b2, rook b1, bishop e5, rook takes b7, rook a b8, rook takes b8, rook takes b8, e3 controlling d4 square, rook b2, a4, knight e7. White has an advantage after this move. Much better would be knight b4, knight f4, queen e8, knight d3, knight takes d3, queen takes d3, d6, bishop d5, queen takes a4, bishop takes f7 with equal game. Now, after knight f4, bishop takes f4, e takes f, queen b6, a5, white has an advantage. Queen c5. Of course, black cannot take a pawn, queen takes a5, because queen d4 check, king g8, queen takes b2. Queen takes d7, rook a2, queen d3, king g7. Mistake. Why didn't black take a5 pawn? Let's see. Rook takes a5, queen d2, rook b5, rook a1, king g7, bishop f1, rook b7, rook a5, queen c7. Position of white is better because the black king is open, but black can defend here. Maybe black overestimated the danger of an attack of 2 square. Carlsen moves a6 and enhances position. h5, bishop b7, knight f5. Black is trying to activate a knight. Queen e4. White wants changing queens and won a7 pawn. Here is more stronger. Queen b1, rook e2, queen a1 check, king g8, bishop f3, rook d2, queen e5, and changing queens is unavoidable because white threats bishop takes h5. But white move queen e4 in this game. Knight d6, queen b1, rook d2, queen a1 check, king g8, bishop g2. White move bishop from knight strikes for changing queens. If white move queen e5 at once, after queen takes e5, f takes e, knight takes b7, a takes b, rook b2, rook b2, unavoidable draw. Let's go back. Knight f5, queen e5. If black queen move on b6 square, white capture file f and change queens. Queen b6, bishop d5, knight h6, bishop c4, knight h7, bishop e2, rook e2, queen e8, queen c5, queen b5, queen takes b5, bishop takes b5, rook b2, bishop c4, rook c2, bishop d5, king g7, rook b1, and white wins. Let's return to move in game. Queen e5, queen takes e5, f takes e, rook e2, rook b1, rook takes e5, rook b7, rook e1 check, bishop f1, h4, rook takes a7, h3, rook d7, giving way to the a pawn and complicated the movement of the black knight. Rook a1, g4, knight h4 with check threat on f3 square. Rook d3, defending himself from check. a6 pawn is untouchable. Knight g2, rook takes h3, knight f4, rook f3, g5, rook b3. Black cannot hold a pawn, so he resigned. On the fourth round, Giri, playing with Carlsen, as usual avoided the fight. In Sicilian defense, white changing light pieces and had a cherished draw. Likely Carlsen known this variant and decided to rest. More interesting events occurred in fifth round game Carlsen saw. See the next review.